in What's New to BGA brings you Kokeshi, a family weight tile placement building game. This one here is rated 7.3 currently, only a few ratings though, 68. There is no solo version on BGA, so that even though it says solo here, that's not available on BGA, but you see the lightweightness. BGA says it'll take about 30 minutes. I think this one works fine turn-based or real-time, and it is a free game. All right, the goal of Kokeshi is to have the most happiness points. They're spread out through the board, but they look like this, different places on the board. And then whoever has the most of those will win the game. The game ends once a player has been recognized 5 times, and I'll go over that a little bit later. All right, when you first start off, you'll get 2 random dealt tiles, and you're going to put them on your board. The biggest thing that you need to understand with these colors is you don't want them touching. They can touch diagonal, but they can't touch orthogonally. If they do, like if I was to place this one here, since these are printed the same 2 colors, I'd actually lose 3 points off the get-go. And there you can see my opponent scored minus 3 points because he did put 2 colors in the similar next to each other. First, we're going to move a doll. So you see they have choices up here. I'm going to move my guy here. And then because I moved it onto a tile here, you see there's move this character or this one. And now I get to pick one of those 2. And since this guy here is located here, I'll move him up. And then again, I get to activate one more time. So this is activating the effects here. And then moving this guy even further is cascading effects. Here's all the tiles you might run into. If it has a dash, it's an or. So activate one of these 2. This one just says activate this doll or anything to the left of it. This one here is the same way, but anything to the right of it. This one here is activate here or move them up 2, or move any of them up 2 spaces, but you only activate the second space. This one here is move up a space or activate a pet. This is draw to offer tile and place on any track or move up any doll, and then so on. Then you get to keep going until eventually you move a Kokeshi doll into the empty spot here. And now you're going to draw up on top here. Here there are always 4 tiles. Now the key thing to remember here is whoever moved off the board into this area here, that's where these are going to go. So I need to be careful not to take a pink tile here because I'll lose points. And this one here, since it activates everybody to the right, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to move here. So I'll choose this green one here and draw it. After drawing, your character will go back down and then your tile will be placed here. Now it is possible there's ways of getting multiple in a turn. Then you'll have choices on when to put them down. Here I have 2 tokens, so I get to choose which one goes in first. This one here, since I gained it through the animal board, can go on any track, or this one here, of course, has to go on the warrior. So I'll put that first, and then since I'm kind of beelining up this track here, I'll put that up there. So just to summarize movement, when you get to a tile, you activate it. If the space is empty, you're going to draw one of these tiles up top. And then if you reach the very top, you see the 3, you'll score the 3 points, and then your doll will head back to the beginning here, but your turn is over at that point. Now you can see on this piece here, I have a little animal tile. They're over here to the right, and what will happen is when you activate one of these spots, your piece will move over. You'll notice you'll gain points or happiness as the further you go across. Also, as you move over in the animal track, when you reach a tile, if you're the first one there, you collect the tile and gain it. Okay, you can see here, I'm about to move my little animal here across, and I'll be able to gain this tile because my token goes there. You can see here, there is a piece laying down here. Whichever track gets to this side first will gain that piece. So here, I'm about to gain it. And then it moves off, and I have it up there. Once you get a doll to this more golden area, you have the ability of taking a quality tile. That's these guys up here. Now in a 2-player game, once one of these tiles goes away, the rest go away. In a 3-player, once 2 go away, then the last one goes away, and so on. Now they do have a number here, 1, 2, and 3. All that corresponds is here. So you have to be higher than the 1 spot to place it, higher than the 2 spot, or equal to place it, and then obviously the 3rd spot has to go on the top. Notice you do have the option to buy these recognition tiles whenever. Even though I passed on it last turn, it's still available. So it's definitely a strategy to hold out, watch what your opponent's doing, and maybe you can try to hold off and get the higher one. Just be careful because they may come in and try to snipe it. There's this red line here. When you pass that red line with each animal token, that's the same as gaining a quality tile. Why that's important is because once a player collects 5 quality tiles, or 4 in a 4-player game, the game is over. And you can see it marks it here in the top right underneath you how many tiles you have. And then for in-game scoring, you'll already have points down, but you'll see you score points for obviously completing tracks, going all the way to the top and resetting. You have points here, you have points on your recognition tiles, and then of course on your animal tiles as well. I'm going to rate this one a 7. I think it's a decent little game. I do have fun with the combos. In the example that I was showing you, I had a pretty good combo of moving just 2 pieces, and pretty much for that whole game I could move just 2 pieces all the way up on 1 or 2 different activations. So it's pretty fun to try to get that. Of course, I was playing against myself, so I allowed that to happen. So hopefully, if you play against an opponent or opponents, they'll stop you from getting such a crazy combo. Well, I've been the Digital Board Gamer. As always, good luck and have fun.